Okay, a very good morning to all of you. What we are going to do today, we are going to first learn about the topic or about the syllabus that we are going to cover in our in this semester lab of Python. So let me show you the syllabus first. I hope that all of you have already joined the Google Classroom, where I have already shared the start link and the different downloaded link of the Python software. I hope that how many of you have already downloaded the software? Can you tell me? Have you checked the Python website or the Anaconda website? Whatever link I've already shared in the Google Classroom. How many of you have?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, already have, sir. Already installed, sir.
I hope that
already have.
Yes. I hope that most of you have already downloaded, and because it is a free of cost and there's open source software. So actually Python, I have actually shared two links. I think so. Two link, one link for downloading the Python command prompt, and another link for Anaconda, right? So the thing is that Anaconda we are going to use to get some kind of IDE, okay, integrated development environment, or IDLE, whatever you are saying. Which will give you a easy GUI to access the Python at the back end. Okay, drag and drop kind of things, and where you will get an editor to write your code and all these things. Just like that, Eclipse or your beans. Okay, all these things. How many IDEs are there? And at the back end, the programming language or a programming interpreter is actually running. Okay, and another link I have provided, which is a direct installer of the Python command prompt, which is necessary because at the backend, always a Python command prompt or Python interpreter should be running. Otherwise, your .py file will not be identified by the system, and we will not get an executed results from that .py file. Okay, so these are important. So let me share the screen. Okay, so let me first tell you about the syllabus. Okay, I don't know how many of you have gone through the syllabus of this subject. This syllabus actually designed by me. Okay, a couple of months back, and the course code of this subject is YCS 4104, and the course title is Programming Practices 2. Okay. And the course credit has been given. It's actually a lab. So 3 practical period has been allotted, and 1.5 is the credit of the course. And the fundamentals that you will require to, or you can say a prerequisite for the course, are your C programming, what you have already learned in the previous semesters, and basic problem solving. But this basic problem solving is a part of the new syllabus, so that is not included. And that is actually your juniors. That means who are actually right now in the first semester, they are actually they have actually learned this subject, basic problem solving. It is nothing but dealing with algorithms, flowcharts, complexity, all these things theoretically. Okay, this subject. So you have already learned in C programming, because I have already covered the algorithm flowchart using Raptor. I think all of you have remembered those things which I have already covered in your C programming class, right? So those are the things, or those are the topics which will help you to build your prerequisite concepts for this Python programming language. Okay, so just read these learning objectives and the course outcome. I think all of you have already gone through, or if you don't, then please gone through. You will get this syllabus in your website, university website. Okay, now these are the suggestive list of experiments that you are going to learn in this Python programming language. And so first, you are going to learn about the basics history of the Python, or evolution of the Python programming language, starting from 1991 to up to 2022, how it is evaluated. Okay, that we are going to learn. Then you are going to learn about the basic syntax, the various kind of variables, data types, operators that we are using in Python, similar to C, but obviously types are different, but most of the variables, operators, and data type concepts are very much similar to C. Okay, you will learn it. Then in the second topic, you are going to learn about the repetition or your looping concepts, if loop, for loop, while loop, condition checking, all these things, if else, and break, continue, which whatever concept we have already learned in C programming, the similar concept we are also going to learn in Python with respect to the different kind of syntax which will be suitable for the Python programming language, right? Then in the third module, you can say you are going to learn about that string manipulations, string handling, okay, working with files, okay, all these things. Then list, Okay, we are going to learn about the list. Actually, in Python, we are not going to use the concept of array. So instead of array, we are going to use more powerful concept or more flexible concept, which is called list. Okay, list is much more powerful than array. I will discuss with you that what is the difference between the array in C, whatever we have used, and the list in Python. Okay, there is the first difference based on the flexibility. It's too much flexible. Okay, and then in the fourth module, we are going to learn about the tuples. It is another kind of data structure, just like list, but it has some kind of tuple and dictionary. Those two things we are going to learn. Okay, in the fourth module, tuple and dictionary. All are data structures. Okay, list is also data structures. Tuple is also data structure. Dictionary is also data structure. I hope that you have already covered the data structure subject in the previous semester. So I hope you have already have a concept of what is data structures and how many data structures that we are going to prefer to use in C programming. What are the basic data structure that we are using in C programming? One is array, another one is linked list. Right, these are the most basic one, because the other data structures like stack, queue, tree, graph, all are actually embedded or implemented by using these two basic data structures, which is called array and linked list. But in Python, we don't have a concept of array and linked list. That means the term we don't use, concept is there, but the term we don't use. In Python, we are going to use this data structure. One is list, another one is tuple, another one is dictionary. And each data structure has a specific set of uses, specific set of limitations, the specific set of characteristics that we are going to learn. Okay. Then in the fifth, we are going to learn about the functions, how we can use system-defined function, and how you can define user-defined function. Okay. In C, we have already used these both kind of functions, system-defined and user-defined. Obviously, in Python, we'll also have to learn. Obviously, syntax is a little bit different from the C programming language. Okay. Then this is one of the very strong topic, or you can say the main power of Python programming is lying within this topic, that is modules. Okay, or packages. What I will say, in Java we can say packages, in C we can say header files, in Python we can compare it as a module. Okay, so these modules make Python as one of the most powerful and flexible programming language compared to others. Okay, so in this module we are going to learn several different kind of modules that we are using. Some system defined modules are there, some user defined modules are there. Okay, so within modules or package, you can use any one of the term you can use. These two terms can be used simultaneously. And then we are going to learn about the exception and file handling. In C++, we have already learned about exception and file handling. Why we are going to learn exception and file handling here? Because Python is also a object oriented programming language, right? So whatever concept we have learned in C++, the similar concepts can also implemented by using Python programming language. Clear? Because C programming does not deal with exception and file handling concept, because C is a structured programming language, whereas Python is an object-oriented programming language. So these are the very basic properties of any object-oriented programming language to deal with various kind of objects and its corresponding classes. So exception handling is one of the important features of any object-oriented programming language that Java will follow, ASP.NET will follow, or Python will follow, C++ will follow. Any kind of object-oriented programming language will follow it. And this is a case study. As all of you know, that at the end of the syllabus, I'm always giving you a small project or a case study. So this is one of the sample example. Okay, so that we are going to do, and in future I can add more case studies, and we can break according to your group wise, that all of you know that in C programming I have also given some kind of case study. Okay, so these things that we are going to cover in this entire Python programming syllabus, and these are the references or textbook. I think this book is one of the very popular book. You can go with this book, Rimathareja. Okay, it's Python program, because Rimathareja name is very common to you, because you have already, I think you have already familiar with the book of Rimathareja and C programming or data structure. Okay, so Python programming using problem solving approach, you will get that book in the market, is available. I don't know whether it is available in the library or not. Okay, if it is not available, I will give it. And I'm also going to provide several ebooks to you. Okay, so don't worry about it. I'm also going to provide several ebooks to you, to where you will get all the concepts of Python programming, Python handling. Okay, So one thing you should remember that by the help of this Python programming language, this is one of the very, very important language and most widely used language in today's real world. Okay, wherever you are going to take any kind of business intelligence, where you are going to hold any kind of strategic decisions. Okay, for all these cases or statistical evaluations or mathematics, or you can say some scientific applications, Python is one of the very, very popular language. Why it is very, very popular language? Because it has some set of features which makes it more popular compared to all the other existing language like Java, C++, C, and so on. Okay, what are the features? I will discuss about it. Okay, when I'm going to start about a discussion about Python, I will discuss about it. Okay, so these are your syllabus. Now the thing is that today net is not working properly, so we will check it out. One second. One second. I have designed one Google sites for you where you can get some idea about the Python. I will share the link to you very soon. Okay, this site is mainly based on the basic Python concepts. Okay, this is a Google site. You will get all my notes or you can say video links, everything there. I think most of you are familiar with my Google site. In C++, I didn't use any kind of Google site, but in C programming, I've already provided you on Google site. I think all of you have already used it. So similarly, in Python, I have also designed one Google site for you. This is actually focusing on basic Python as well as data structure using Python. So those who are interested to know about data structure using Python, you will get all kind of support from this site, as well as you will get some basic Python. Look here, these are the data structure Python. So you don't need to see that thing. But if you are not interested, so this is basic Python programming lab. So you can get some idea of from this link, basic Python notes and tutorials. Okay, you will get all kind of notes and tutorial from this link. Okay, regarding basic Python. Okay, these are the notes and tutorial that which I am going to I'm also going to teach you. Okay, and some full courses, Python programming full courses, video lectures I have also providing to you. These are the two free YouTube full courses of video lectures. I think it's 6 hours or 7 hours course to know the complete tutorial about the Pythons. Okay, and you will also get some ebooks in Python. Look, hands-on Python tutorial. So you will get the ebooks here: Python updated ebook new and Python practice books. So these three are the basic Python books, ebooks. Okay, and these two are the data structure using Python. Okay, am I clear to all of you? I hope that if you are going to learn about how to implement the basic Python programming, it will be also easier for you to implement any kind of data structures, whatever you have learned in C programming, like linked list, stack, queue, any kind of data structure you are able to implement in Python. Someone's mic is on. Whose mic is on? Okay, so this is actually, these are the ebooks. Okay, I hope that all of you no, algorithms we are not going to do in this semester. Data structure is not part of it. In this semester, we are going to only focus on the basics of Python. I have already shown you the syllabus. Okay, in the syllabus, there is no concept of data structure. Data structure means you will learn about the data structure, but the basics of data structures. Okay, we are not going to, if you want that 1 or 2 program, I can show you. That is not a big deal. You are able to implement stack queue in Python because it is very easy to implement stack queue data structure in Python. Okay, because you have already learned how to implement stack queue in C. So whenever you will learn the basic syntax of Pythons, all kind of syntax of Python, then it is easier for you to also implement stack or queue, this kind of data structure. Okay, but it is not the part of your syllabus. Okay, we can do it. We can do it. So I am going to share this link in your chat box right now. Okay, in future I am going to share in mail as well. Okay, so all of you can copy this link and store it.
Sir, which version of Python are you going to be following in this course?
In this course, I'm going to follow Python 3. Okay, 3.2.6 like this, 3.2.9. Whatever version is,
Okay.
several version on 3 is available. Python 2 is obsolete
Yes,
right
sir.
now. Okay, so don't use Python 2 version. I hope that you will not get Python 2 version in your in Google as well. Okay, in the internet, Python 2 is
Yes,
obsolete
sir.
right now, and don't use it. If you get it, please don't use it, because there are several options which are, there are several features which has not been supported by Python 2. So don't use it. Use Python 3. And let me show you. You will go, those who have not downloaded the Python, how we are going to download the Python, I've already provided the link. So the first link that I have provided, there is this Python link. Okay, this site link. I hope that you have received in Google Classroom all this link. So from here, you are going to download the Python version. Look, what is the real current version that you are getting in Python? It's 3.10.2. So whatever version is there is over 3. Okay, any version over 3 you can use. So in my machine, I think it is which version? Let me check. In my machine, which version is installed? Let me check. So 3.9, 64-bit. Okay. In my machine, the version 3.9.2 has been installed. And that is okay. That is okay. So I can delete this version, uninstall this, and then again install the new version. So there is not a big difference. Okay. But those who have not installed yet, they can install this 3.10.2, and you have to install according to your bit size of your system. Okay, if it is 64-bit, then you have to install 64-bit version. If it is 32-bit, you are going to install 32-bit version. Okay, so in this way, you are going to install Python. So after installing this Python, go to the search window and you can just type this Python. You will get the Python command prompt, and it will look like this, just like a DOS. Everyone try to focus what I'm telling. It's very important. Okay, because it will create how you can use the several command prompt of the Python. Okay, so this command prompt, we are not going to use this command prompt too much, because this command prompt is not suitable to handle the scripting. Okay, suitable, but it is a little bit difficult to handle the scripting. So to handle the scripts or scripting in Python, we will have to use another software that is called Anaconda. One of the very famous software. You will get is in embedded IDE will also get inside that software. That I will come. So what you can do in this Python script, you can run a very basic things in Python script, like you can add any two numbers here like this. So it is working like a calculator. Okay, so you can do any arithmetical operations here in this way. I think all of you understood. Not only integer, you can also perform any kind of floating operation. Okay, now you can use any variable here like this: x equal to 2, y equal to 6, and you can perform x plus y. Okay, in a similar way, you can use any kind of string here, like a equal to hello within double quote. I think all of you know any string or character collection of characters is represented with the help of double quote sign. Okay, just like we have done in C programming, right? So within a variable hello, this entire string has been stored. Now within B variable, we are storing another string, that is world. Okay, and this two variable is temporarily created in your main memory. Okay, A and B, which is actually holding hello and world, these two different string respectively. Okay, now if you want to print both the string, you can use this print function, which is a system dependent function in Python. Then give a first bracket, then A, comma B, and hello world. Okay. Look, what is the difference between the C printf statement or C++ cout statement and the Python print statement? Only this difference that you have to remember, this kind of syntactical difference. Okay, so obviously this statement is much easier than your cout statement or your printf statement. So I hope that you remember how much code you have to write a printf statement in C programming. Have you remembered it? Printf,
Yes, sir.
%s or any kind of access specifier you have to give, and then you have to supply the variable. So how much code you have to write in C programming? And in a similar way in C++, we will use a C out for printing, and we'll have to also use the operator there. So a lot of confusion is there, but comparatively C or C++ printing statement or output statement, Python printing statement is much easier, and it is very similar to our general English language. That's why Python is much more simpler to use, easy to understand, and flexible to handle compared to C or C++. So this is the Python prompt that you can use. Why it is called prompt? Because this greater than these three signs there, which is actually represent the prompt of Python. We are not interested to use these things, but we have to install these things, because at the back end, if this interpreter is not running, then your front end will not work. Okay. So this Python, I suggest everyone to install this Python at the back end. Okay. We don't need to use this window, because we have to write a script here. Okay. Script means, what is script? Script is something that we will have to open an editor. Script we are using to write large programs. Okay. Obviously, in this case, each and every command prompt we have to write one line of code. So it looks very odd for the large programs, right? So for the large program, what we will prefer, either we'll have to use some kind of notepad or text editor to write a program, just like we are doing in case of Java. Okay. Or we can use any kind of IDE like Eclipse, NetBeans, any kind of IDE to write our program, store it, and run it into our command prompt. So that's why I suggest you to go for our second kind of software, that is called Anaconda Software, right? This is the Anaconda Software. This link I have already shared in the Google Classroom. I hope that all of you have received it. Okay. This is the Anaconda Software. This is the homepage of the Anaconda Software. How you are going to download that software? Anaconda is a little bit bigger software, because it contains several things. Okay. It contains several editor. Okay. Which has different uses. So we will go to Get Started. Click on the Get Started. In the Get Started, go to the third link, download Anaconda installer. Okay. Click on it, and you will have this window. Now go at the bottom of this window. How we can install, what is Anaconda? This thing has been written. Look, Anaconda is a navigator, is a desktop GUI that comes with Anaconda individual edition. It makes it easy to launch applications and manage package and environments without using command and commands. So Python are mainly used to write web applications on the server side of your machine. It's suitable to learn web application. It's suitable for software development. It's suitable for mathematics. It's suitable for scientific applications, right? So it is nothing but a collective package to support a very high-end graphics of web applications or high-end graphics of software applications. So that web application and software application is very easier for you to implement if you are using this Anaconda Navigator. This is the home page of the Anaconda Navigator. Clear? After installing the Anaconda Navigator, when you will open the Anaconda Navigator, it will take some time, and this page will be the home page. It will open. Okay. Now, how we can download it? Go at the bottom of the screen. Ekdom bottom mein chole jabe, just the bottom of the screen, and you will get different OSs. Okay, OS versions of Anaconda. So obviously, if you prefer the Windows, it has two versions of Windows: 64-bit graphical installer and 32-bit graphical installer. Okay, which will support Python 3.9 at least. Okay, 3.10 it can also support, but 3.9 at least. So that's why I have told 3.9 or more higher version compared to 3.9 that we are going to follow. So 64-bit or 32. So what? How much bit your system have, according to that bit of configuration, you are going to install its corresponding graphical installer. Okay, these are the sizes of graphical installer, right? After installing, it will take some time. After installing Anaconda, you will open the Anaconda. How you can open it? You can open it by searching the Anaconda in such a way. Okay, look, Anaconda Navigator is there. If you click it, it will open. I cannot open it right now because my navigator, this is a college system. My navigator is not successfully working here. Okay, I will have to reinstall again. So it will take some time. Okay, in my home laptop, it is correctly working. But my suggestion to you that first couple of programs you can practice at the Anaconda command prompt. Okay, how we can find the Anaconda command prompt? Just type Anaconda, and you will get two things. This is the Anaconda navigator, and this is the Anaconda command prompt. So I will suggest you to first practice at least 1 or 2 or 3 assignments in Anaconda command prompt. Then in further assignments, you can shift into Anaconda navigator. Okay, right now you don't need to shift Anaconda navigator. Okay, because Anaconda navigator has some advantage that you will get when we will learn about the modules or package concept in our Python programming language. Before that, you don't require to use Anaconda navigator for the time being. Okay, so all of you must write your basic program or run your basic scripts in Anaconda command prompt. Okay, this is the Anaconda command prompt, which is very much similar with like a DOS command prompt. Very much similar like a DOS command prompt. Okay, so some of the DOS commands we will also running here. Okay, let's check it out how we can do that. So if anyone has any question up to this, you can ask me. Is it clear how to install Anaconda, how to download Python, how to run the basic statement, some of the basic statement in Python, which I have already shown? Is it clear to everyone? Anyone has any kind of question?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I have installed VS Code. So, is there any kind of module for the command prompt?
Look, I didn't use VS Code. I'm telling you very honestly that I didn't use VS Code. I prefer to use Anaconda because Anaconda has given lots of installed ID inside of it, like Jupyter, PyCharm. Okay, there are several others ID like PyCharm is there, Jupyter is one, Spider is there. Okay, so you can use any kind of ID. Okay, and all the ID will support your module package concept. Don't worry about it. Clear?
Okay,
but
sir.
that should be updated. That should be updated. Don't use the oldest version. That should be updated. Otherwise, that module package will not be supported. In future, whenever you are dealing with a machine learning problem or deep learning problem, you will have to install multiple packages, multiple packages. Okay, I will show you some of the concepts if I will get time in this lab. Some of the programs in machine learning or some of the program in deep learning, I will show you. Okay, but right now it is difficult for you to understand if you don't have any basic concept of machine learning. But at least you understand that the coding point of view, how we can install or import modules or import packages in Python. And in future, in 6th sem, you have a subject of data mining and machine learning. That subject doesn't have any lab. I am taking that subject for your senior batch, that is 3rd year in this semester. So in that subject, I actually deals with the most important machine learning algorithms, all kind of most important machine learning algorithms. And I will also show them how we can run those algorithms in Python and R scripting language. Okay, in both platform, how we can learn that I have shown them, though that subject doesn't have any kind of lab. Okay, so basically you don't have any kind of lab of machine learning or deep learning in your 4-year BTech course. Okay, those lab you will get if you will do some kind of higher course. But right now, I think that all of you should know at least the basics of how to learn and how to run machine learning, because before appearing in the campus interview, it will create you an added advantage. Definitely an added advantage. This link will exhaust it within after 1 minute. So all of you join in the same link again. Okay, don't waste time. I will just continue in the second link. Okay, anyone has any other question? Okay, so let's start with the discussion of the basics of Python. So look, the Python first version, Python 1.0, has been released in January 1994. Okay, it is commercial version, right? So don't mess it up. The Python concept has been introduced by the scientist Rotterdam van. Name is a little bit difficult to pronounce. Okay, let's see if any name has been. Look, the name is Rossum. Yes, Van Rossum. Okay, Guido van Rossum in the year of 1989, and in some of